you had to go out of UK. So you traveled the world. I know you went to China, and I know you went all over Europe as well. What would you say was your toughest challenge? And talk me through it in quite detail. Not just maybe the opponent, but maybe the place you had to go, maybe the way they treated you,
Yeah.
the circumstances. Because I've traveled a little bit in the UK for fights, and yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, sometimes you're welcomed, and the level of hospitality and people welcoming you, it's amazing. But sometimes it's the complete opposite, and it affects you the way you perform later on. So what do you think was your biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge was probably going to Denmark, to be honest. But you can only go off of how it looks to you, can't you? You don't.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't the case, but we got to Denmark. You're obviously cutting weight, you're dying, aren't you? You're hanging, making all this weight come off. Got to Denmark. The taxi driver that picked us up was ill. It was one of the ladies from their gym. It's all conspiracy theories. You're nervous, aren't you? This fight week, you're not all there, are you? You're not of sound mind. And the taxi driver's ill, so then you're thinking you're going to get ill because your immune system's low. We pull up to the weigh-in. We have the weigh-in, it's done. The guy's gone now. He's now hydrating and eating. They've left me there for an extra an extra hour. We're all sat in the venue waiting now to eat. Luckily, I brought supplies. We're then taken to a kebab house where it's like greasy food. It's nothing. I didn't think it was anything personal, but that's what you're going through, isn't it, before the fight? So your hydration in food after a month-long weight cut is greasy kebab, all that sort of stuff. And then the fight itself, we're in the changing rooms. They wouldn't let me have. It was full contact kickboxing, so you wear the moon boots.
Yeah.
And the shin pads. They wouldn't let me go without shin pads. But as far as I was aware, as a professional, you don't have to wear the shin pads, just the boots. So I had the kickboxing boot, the Thai boxing shin and instep on as well. So it was like massive weights on my legs. They wouldn't let me wrap my hands properly, so they made us use like literal bandages. You know the hand wraps you have.
Okay. Yeah.
But ended up he actually had built up wraps with the bumpers in them. And then the guy before me was another guy from the UK, and he broke his arm the fight before. He come back to the change room with this bone in his arm had snapped, so he comes sitting there like that. And as I was warming up, this bone just goes out of his arm. And then your head's gone, isn't it? And then the fight's happening. He swept my leg out, and you've got your MCL down that side of the knee, haven't you?
Is this fight on YouTube?
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah.
I watched it many years ago when I started training with you, and I was just researching your name on YouTube. That looked horrible. I hate
the whole
sweeps.
experience was nasty.
I hate sweeps.
Yeah, I was walking to the ring after seeing this guy's arm broken. Like, do you know what? I don't really fancy this one. Like, I was just head's gone. Then you've got to try and formulate a game plan straight away.
Oh.
And it all just went wrong for me there. They think it's all written in the stars. It's your destiny to win. It just proves it's not. You've got to go out there and get it. Like, you can't. Fate, God ain't gonna help you for a fight. It's you and him have a fight, and you've got to win. It's not. You can't put it down to fate and the stars aligning.
No.
And I learnt that lesson that day. Like, it's not destined for you to win or lose.
Definitely not.